Alright guys, we're going to give you an update on the bees. This is V. V, say hello to the camera. Halflinger. Not even a year old. Look how big it is. Okay, we're going to walk over here and check out the bees. You coming too? Huh? You want to check out the bees? They're buzzing around. Yeah, there you can see them. They're still there. They're working pretty hard. There you can see some of them coming in with lots and lots of pollen on their legs. They're coming in and coming out as fast as they can go. There you can see some have yellow pollen, some have white pollen. Okay, let's check the box here and check this out here. I'm going to look over this real quick, see if I see any mites or anything. Okay, I don't see any mites, but I notice lots of little pieces of comb, which is good. There's less pollen. Sometimes, you know, they like to drop a lot of pollen. It's not good when you see them bringing in lots of pollen that's on here, but there's a little bit of pollen on here, but a lot of it's just the excess wax from the comb. Which isn't much, but like I said, that's sort of all I do to wipe it off. And we'll put this back in. And I clean this off maybe once, twice a year and get it all nice and shiny, but it just stays dirty for quite a while. Okay, now we're going to check and see how the bees are doing. I have not checked this out, so you guys are going to look at this at the same time with me. And wow, they really filled that comb out, and you can see they are starting to fill that with honey right there. So yeah, they're filling that with honey. They don't have it completely full, but it's hard to say. They're probably working from the other side or the middle. There's some right there, so they're working their way. They're getting those combs. There's the 8th frame. Now we can see how some of that comb isn't quite straight, and so I'm curious to see how that's going to be when we get the honey out of here. But yeah, sometimes you can see the queen if you're lucky enough on this side, but it's really rarely do I ever open it up and see the queen. So let's open and see what they've done down here. Okay, well, wow. They have this second box almost full of comb. They're starting to attach it to the window, but not quite that full. But they sure are working hard. It's been about another 2 weeks since I last came here and videotaped. Now we'll go down here, and it looks like they haven't really done anything. So there we can see the bees from the inside again. They're really coming in and out. Lots of those bees are fanning the hive out, and I don't know what some of those other bees are doing. Could be picking up some pollen that the other bees have left off, coming in and out of the hive. So yeah, that's pretty good looking comb. I just don't like the fact that it's starting to curve on this side. It's really hard to say why they started doing that. And I wonder how that's going to affect down here. It looks like they've got it straight down here, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. Alright guys, don't let anybody else tell you how to beekeep. As long as you're wanting to keep bees alive and keeping them healthy, that's a good thing. I like to keep them organic and let them do what they do in the wild, so I don't really feed them sugar or anything like that, like sugar water. I want them to not have to rely on things like that. But if somebody does, I'm not saying that it's wrong, but you guys that want to start beekeeping, just do it your own way. Not to say not to listen to anybody's advice, but have some discernment. Don't let somebody make you and persuade you to do everything exactly the way they do it, and then look at you as if like you don't know what you're doing. There's so many people within the beekeeping community that are at odds with each other on all sorts of things, from feeding the bees to disease and control, medications, the types of hives, all those types of things, manipulation of the hive, even the tools, and even the way if you were to use a smoker. Now, I have a smoker. I have a lot of bee tools and gear, and so I'm going to start putting what I use in the description of the video, a store from Amazon, because that's mostly where I get most of my stuff. And now anything from hunting, fishing, trapping, rattlesnake hunting, if there's something on Amazon that's, like I said, mostly where I get most of my stuff, I'm going to put a link in the description of the things that I use in the video, so you guys can go straight there and see what I'm using. We don't have sponsors. We don't get paid by companies to promote products or anything. We go out there and spend our own money on these products, and we just want to show you what we use. So you can use something else if you want to, but just to make it a little bit easier to show people what we use. So start looking in the description. I'm going to put a link in this video in the description of some of the bee things, that bee gear and tools that I've bought from Amazon that help me keep these bees in control, especially when I'm getting into the hive, which will be a later video. So there's an update with the bees. They're doing great. They're making honey, and they are really working.